This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Kodiak ultralight travel trailer. And the model number is 296 BHSL. Okay? So here we are at the the door side rear. We'll start from there. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. So we have power stabilizer jacks. One switch controls both rear, and there's another switch up front that controls both front jacks. All right. Refrigerator. You have a power awning. Okay. Outside speakers. This is the vent for the range hood. If you're going to be cooking and venting to the outside, that's where it vents at, right there. All right, you have a TV signal out here, 120 AC, and a bracket to hang a TV on. This, of course, is your vent for your LP furnace. Okay, so as we move forward, there's the second switch for your front stabilizers. Okay, this is obviously a camera, a side camera. This is just a pre-wire here. If you were interested in buying a Go Power, is the brand, a Go Power solar battery charger kit, you could purchase that, and if you plug the kit in there, point the panel at the sun, it'll charge your battery for you. It's just a pre-wire. Okay. You're getting a hitch with this, so let's see what we have here. Okay. First of all, you're getting a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Next, you have your dump hose right in the middle. You have a grill, or a griddle, I should say, that hangs on the trailer itself, which I believe would be back here on this rail here. And then let me see underneath here. There's got to be a way to hook it up to the LP system, which is right here. That's a quick connect for the LP system right there. So that's how you would get LP to the griddle. Okay. The small crank is for the tongue jack in case it fails, and this larger crank, which is a cylinder with a slot cut in it, that would be used for the let me look here to make sure. That would be used. Okay, yeah, this would be used. That would be used for the stabilizer jacks in an emergency. Let's say they failed for some reason. You can see there's a shaft with a pin through it right there. Well, that crank with the cylinder with a slot cut in it will fit right over that pin, and it will. You can crank the jacks manually that way in an emergency. Now, the smaller crank I showed you is for your power tongue jack. If this was to fail for any reason, you can pull this plug here, put that smaller crank on there, and you can crank this manually also to get yourself out of trouble. So there's two ways to get going in an emergency. All right. So let's see. We'll move on a bit here. You have your tanks up here. Deep cycle marine battery, of course. Your power tongue jack, which we talked about. Another camera. And this is just the other side of your pass-through storage here. Okay. This is the black tank flush here. So the black tank is obviously toilet, water, and waste. So if you look under here, there are valves under here. Right over here in this case. So what this sticker tells us is never turn on the water to this flush system without the black tank flush valve being open. So when you pull the gate valve open, you let it, the black tank dump down the sewer into the tank, right? Into the holding tank at the dump station. Then you leave that open and you hook the hose on here and turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of the tank, cleaning it out. It'll spray out the sensor so you get a good accurate reading, that sort of thing. Just make sure like it says on here, the valve is open so you don't build up too much pressure. Okay? Alrighty, so you have a slide topper on this slide here. This particular slide is called an Accu slide, in case you need to know that ever. There are different types. This one's an Accu slide. You come back here, this is the most common way to get water to the trailer right here. It's the city water hookup. You just hook the hose on there, turn it on, you're all set. Now if you're camping someplace without city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here, and then you can, when you get to the campsite, you can turn on the pump, the 12-volt pump, and it'll pump the water out of the tank, and all the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be pumping it from the tank, okay? If you have city water, you don't have to worry about this at all, of course. And that's just a campground cable through right there. You have your 30 amp power cord, your shore cord, as you can see going that way. We give you an adapter to adapt it down to a 20 if you need to. Spare tire, of course. Water heater. Okay, so this trailer is winterized. So let me see here. I'm not sure where we stand here. Okay, this is empty. So right now the water heater is empty because the trailer is winterized. The lines are all filled with antifreeze, and the water heater tank on the back of this right here is empty right now. Never run the water heater on electric or on gas without water in the tank. So always make sure that there's water in your fresh water, in your water heater tank. Okay. I'll show you where the switches to control this are inside the trailer also. I'll show you where the water pump switch is also too. Okay. So alrighty. This is just a port to hook up a sprayer, a quick connect for a sprayer. As we look up, there's another pre-wire for another camera. That's your backup camera. So this is wired for 3 cameras, just so you know. While we look up, make sure you check your roof periodically to make sure there's no damage done to any of the roofing attachments or the roofing itself. You know, by, let's say, low branches or road debris flying up there, anything like that. Just inspect your roof to make sure everything's in good shape. You can't see what's happening up there unless you look, so it's important to check it out once or twice this summer, just to make sure you're in good shape. Odds are you won't have to do anything up there for years, but you just don't know that unless you check it out. Okay, so when we come in the door, the first thing we see is your power converter, which is right here. Oops. The power converter converts AC to DC power. So on this side you see you have regular 120 AC circuit breakers, and they're all labeled. Those are just like you have at home. Then on this side you've got 12 volt fuses, 12 volt DC fuses, and they're labeled. So the AC power is sent throughout the trailer to the appliances and the components that need AC power. Let's say like the air conditioner and the microwave, things like that have to be AC, right? Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC, and it's sent around the trailer to all the components that need DC power, which is the lights, any fans, motors, things like that. After that, it senses your battery and senses how much energy your battery needs, and it acts accordingly. If your battery's topped off, it'll just trickle a couple amps up there to keep it charged. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs to send up there to keep your battery charged. So that's as long as you're plugged into shore power. So it's a distribution center for your AC. It's an AC to DC converter and a battery charger. That's called your power converter. Okay, next to it we see your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector, which is right here. It should always be green like it is. If it's not getting serviced, it's obviously very important. Never ignore it. Make sure it's working, always in working order, okay? It's hardwired to the battery, so it's always on. Here we have your control panel. Oh, I could have had that on from the very beginning, huh? I'm working in the dark here. Okay, so your water pump is right here. That's used to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas is right here. To run it on electric heating element is right there. The most common thing to do is get to the campground, make sure there's water in your water heater, of course. Then you turn on the electric heating element, and it just keeps the water hot all the time. If you're going to use the shower, then you'll kick on the gas burner because you get more hot water. It's not on demand, but you get a much faster recovery on gas. Okay. Lights here. We looked at awning lights. Your awning switches here. If you roll it in and out here, never leave it out unattended if you're not going to be at the campsite. Make sure you roll in the awning, otherwise it could get damaged by the weather. This switch here is for your slide room. Okay, and then you have your levels here, your battery, fresh water, so on and so forth. Okay. Alrighty. Keys are hanging on the faucet here. Your range, you should always travel with this closed or in the down position. I talked about the vent on the outside for your fan. And you have a light here also. Microwave here, which works like any other microwave. This, I'm not sure if he's got gas turned on, so if it doesn't light, I'll just talk you through it. But you turn this clockwise to spark. Alright. Then you have your 3 knobs for the 3 burners, and then that's for your oven. I don't know if he's got, like I said, I don't know if he's got the gas on, so there you have it. Very simple. When it comes to the oven, it's a little different. There's a pilot light at the bottom all the way to the back. Maybe we can see it spark back there. Yep, you can see it back there. So you're going to go to the oven knob, go to the picture of the flame, depress it, keep it depressed while you're lighting it, spark it. Once you see it light down here, you still hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, and then you go to operating temperature, whatever you select, and it'll cycle as an oven does. But when you shut it off, the flame goes out, of course, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. You have lights here also. Okay. Like I said, always travel with this down or it'll get broke. Okay, your refrigerator is a 12 volt DC refrigerator, so it runs on 12 volt DC. It's very simple. You have temperature up and down here, plus and minus. That's the on-off switch. And then you have some modes like nighttime mode, bedtime, things like that, just to save energy. All right. Here we have a compartment back here for storage. TV bracket. There's your coax for your antenna. Sound, of course, AM FM radio. You have a USB drive here. You have Bluetooth, HDMI on the front here, so you could plug let's say a portable Blu-ray player into the system if you have a TV here, and you can watch video or stream or whatever you want to do. Okay. There's more light. Your fireplace is also a space heater. Let's see if he's got the power turned on or we're running on battery here. I'm not sure. Okay, we're good. So it's really kicking out the heat right now. You can change the color of the crystals, intensity of the flame. Okay, it also has a thermostat on it, so it really kicks out the heat. It's a really good space heater, which runs on campground electricity, so you don't have to waste on those days where it's not quite cool enough outside to run your furnace. You can run this and save your limited supply of LP. Okay, sliding door here. Always keep the sliding doors latched when you're traveling. You have a bunk here, and another one down there, of course, and more storage, that sort of thing. This here is a, let's look and see what we've got here. I think it's a, yeah, this is a jackknife sofa. So jackknife's flat. Turn that into a bed. You can pull the poles out of the leg poles out of the bottom of this top here and set the top on these cleats here that go all the way around, and then use the back cushions to fill in the space, and you got another bed. Okay, your thermostat is very simple. You just keep pushing the mode button and select, these will light up, except you select fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor, it just circulates air, and then cool, which is air conditioning, of course, and furnace, which is your LP furnace, and you set the temperature there. It's very simple. Always travel with this latched in the open position, like this. Whoops, I'm sorry about my camera work there. Like this. Let me get this just shut here, hold on. I should have had that in the up position. Let me do it again. This time I can do it right, I think. Might have to wrestle with it a bit, but you should always have it locked open, otherwise the doors can slam back and forth and crack, so keep that in mind. This is a used trailer, so if for any reason you can't get it to latch that way, you could always cut it like a jam stick and put it in there if you needed to, but it should always be in place there. Let me just look at this while I'm standing here so I can see what's happening, now that I'm curious. Yeah, if you pull this forward, then it'll go to the proper position. You just have to be a little bit careful. Okay, let me get back up there again. So I'm going to pull this like this so it slips into that groove. Then it works properly. Okay. Alrighty. Again, keep it latched in position. You have an emergency window here, like all trailers do. Push that through, grab a hold of that, and pull the screen out. You can escape in an emergency. You have storage under the bed, of course. And you have a TV hook up here, where you can hang a TV bracket and watch a TV when you're laying down. Alrighty. Okay. So I think that pretty much covers it. Let me look around a bit here. Notice this is a GFCI plug. You'll see another one in the back, I believe. Then you see some that are not GFCIs, they're just regular plugs. Well, keep in mind that all the receptacles are wired through a GFCI. See, this is a regular one here. It still says GFCI protected. That's because all the receptacles, even the one on the outside, are wired through the GFCI. So some trailers have one GFCI, some have two, depending on how large the trailer is, but anytime you lose power in a receptacle, always think GFCI first and check it out, okay? That's 9 times out of 10, that's where your issue is going to be. Okay then, so thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. I want to remind you to inspect your roof every summer, and also right now we're winterized. There's no water in the system, it's all antifreeze, and your water heater is empty and it's bypassed right now, so make sure you set the valves on the back of the water heater correctly when you de-winterize, and always make sure that there's water in the water heater tank when you're using it, okay? Thank you very much.